from Underground Training, and this is the mining industry news for new starters, where we try and bring you up to speed on how the industry works to make it easier for you to get a job. But first, I want to say congratulations to Grady, who got himself a job using our 3-step plan package as a Drawers Offsider. Well done, Grady. I know you're going to have a long and profitable career. So in today's news, we're going to talk about diggers and dealers, how all that works, and then we're going to talk about how the boom and bust cycle works with relations to entry-level jobs. So where do the entry-level jobs come from in a boom cycle, and where do they disappear to in a bust cycle? But first, let's jump over and have a look at what's going on with Diggers and Dealers. So Diggers and Dealers is one of the biggest mining conferences in Australia that's been going for a very long time. First held back in the early 90s. It's a really big deal, and when it comes to town, Kalgoorlie goes crazy. Diggers and Dealers is not the week to go to Kalgoorlie to look for a mining job, let me tell you. So a whole heap of people descend on the town. The airport gets filled up with private jets. It costs a bucket load to go to actually get into the actual venue and go and see everything. There's lots of activity. I know when we were living in Kalgoorlie for the 3 years that we were there, it was crazy when Diggers and Dealers came, and I know a lot of people that still live up there that actually leave town for the week that it's on because they just don't want to deal with the craziness. But the whole idea is to put the miners with the money. So all the big mining companies come to town, and all the big money players come to town, investment firms, all that sort of stuff, and they're trying to put everybody together. Now, it's going to be a big deal moving forward because of the gold price. So the gold price has increased significantly, and that's what's really putting the zip into Diggers and Dealers, and it will moving forward. So if we come over and we have a look at the gold price, you can see it's well over $5,000 an ounce. So how much is that a ton? So 1 ton equals 35,274 ounces. So how much would be in 1 ton in Australian dollars? Well, I've done it, and this is just a rough. So it's about 184 million for every ton of Australian dollars. And so last year we did, where is it? It's 290 tons we did last year. If we times that by 290, equals $53 billion and some change. So that's a huge industry now. 4 years ago, it was a $7 billion industry. Now it's a $53 billion industry. But if we go back and we put our 184 million in, and we go to what the estimate's going to be in a few years' time, which is 377, you've got a $70 billion a year industry, which is rivaling what iron ore is doing. And this is why when I say moving forward, the gold mines are the places that you want to be looking for your job, because this is how it's going to be working going forward. And if we jump over to our mining map of Australia, this is all the gold and copper mines on here. You'll see that there's lots of work around Kalgoorlie. There's lots of work in the north of Queensland, middle of New South Wales, Victoria, Tasmania, and lots of work in the big copper mines in South Australia. So there's work in all the states across Australia. The secret is to give them what they want, somebody that knows how it all works. That's how you're going to get yourself your mining job. But if we come over and we have a look at our new mining job stream overview picture that they put together for me, you'll see that it's divided up into sections, and you've got your professional jobs, your production mining jobs, your maintenance jobs, mining construction, mining shutdown, and utilities. Now, the one thing that I try to impress upon people is that the area that you jump into is normally the area that you stay into. So if you jump in as a utility worker, it's really hard to jump up to a production mining job. You're much better off going in as a nipper or an offsider or a truck driver directly into the production mining job. That's how you're going to get into that stream. Going in as a utility or trying to get some experience up with mining shutdown work, all mining shutdown work leads to is more mining shutdown work, unfortunately. And at the moment, with what we're about to talk about with the boom and bust cycle, you'll see why the utility in the mining shutdowns isn't a really good option. So if we jump over to our next page, which is the latest blog that I've written about the 2 places in mining that mining employers must hire new starters, and that's surface exploration and in the hard rock underground mines. I just want to come down to here and then just look at this this bit here. So in a boom, the lowest paying jobs become the entry-level jobs. So it's really important to understand that the lowest paid jobs in the boom become the entry-level jobs. Now, when that boom turns to a bust and they've got an oversupply of experienced people, those lower paying jobs, they cease to become entry-level jobs and they become just normal low paid jobs, unfortunately, when they've got experienced people. And the easiest way to illustrate that is if you come over here and you have a look at mining truck. So you'll see that if you type mining truck in, and it's just for the last 7 days, you'll see all the underground jobs come up, and these are all entry-level jobs. So underground truck, there's a truck job there. They want experienced people, but the chances are that they're not going to get it because there's not enough experienced people around. You see, you've got your entry-level mines in entry-level jobs in South Australia. Westgold are looking for experienced people, but anybody with 12 months underground truck driving experience doesn't want to be an underground truck driver anymore. They want to be service crew or pace crew because it pays 30 or 40 grand a year more than what the truck does. And if you come down here and you have a look at the surface truck driving jobs, this is what I'm talking about. They still pay good money, but the problem is there's no entry-level jobs. Nobody is looking for an entry-level person for these surface truck driving jobs, purely because they've got a huge amount of experienced surface truck drivers to choose from. So why would you bring somebody on entry-level when you've got all those experienced people to choose from? And the wages have gone down. So this used to be, you know, $155,000 used to be for an even time roster. That'll be for a 2-and-1 now. So the even time will be about 120 to 130,000, which is less than what you make on service crew or pace crew. But, you know, again, the majority of these jobs, the entry level, it's in the hard rock underground space and surface exploration. And if you can jump over to Seek and type underground in, you'll see all the entry-level jobs come up, and they're just everywhere because they need people. It's off-siding underground, nippering underground, truck driving underground, even service crew, entry-level service crew in New South Wales. It's just people, they're desperate for people. They need bums in seats. So when you're looking for your mining job, you need to be looking in a place where they need entry-level people. And like I say, keep telling people, 2.5 years ago, everywhere in the industry was looking for entry-level people because everywhere in the industry was booming. Now there's only 2 places that are booming: hard rock underground and surface exploration. This is where you want to look for your jobs. This is where the jobs are going to be. And, you know, they go through a lot of people because it becomes sink or swim training when you get to site, unfortunately. So that's the mining industry news. I hope you found it interesting. Diggers and Dealers is great to go to. It's very expensive because there's a lot of corporate people there. But yeah, it's designed to bring the money and the miners together to to facilitate all that sort of stuff that goes on. It can be one wild party though. Sometimes, couple of years that I've been involved with it, it was fairly out of control. A lot of the corporate guys like to come and kick their heels back. So it can get a bit crazy, and I understand why a lot of the families like to leave in that period of time. But also, like I said, it is not the time to be going to Kalgoorlie to look for a job. If you're in Kalgoorlie in the middle of Diggers and Dealers trying to get yourself a job, you're going to find it hard to get anybody to talk to because everybody is occupied with what's going on in that week. So give it a big miss if you're thinking about heading there. But if you're trying to get into the industry, the easiest way in is to go where the employers have to put bums in seats, and that's in the hard rock underground mines and exploration at the moment. That's the 2 places. Shutdown and utility work, they've got never-ending stream of overseas workers coming in to fill those roles, so you're better off targeting something that's going to get you straight to a production mining role to start with, and that's your nipper, your truck, your off-sider, and the underground jobs. So I hope you found that information helpful. If you could share the video around and like and subscribe the channel, that would be fabulous, thanks. And if you want to check out the training, it's at undergroundtraining.com.au, and if you want to talk to somebody that knows how the industry works, the phone number's at the end of the video.